Okay, so I am going to teach you how to draw a diagram of structures under curve of gluteus maximus. Now, if we focus, we will be drawing the region of the right side. So you have to look on specifically this area. Right, this is the area of the greater sciatic notch. This is the ischial spine. This is the area of lesser sciatic notch. This is your ischial tuberosity. And this is your greater trochanter. Now see that greater trochanter lies lateral to and slightly above. So more or less at the level of lesser sciatic notch. So obturator internus and the two gemelli, they go more or less horizontally to reach the rough impression on the medial surface of greater trochanter, whereas piriformis is going downwards and laterally to reach the apex of greater trochanter. Right. So we are going to draw what? First of all, we are going to draw the greater sciatic notch, ischial spine and lesser sciatic notch and ischial tuberosity, greater trochanter, and the two ligaments, the sacrotuberous and the sacrospinous ligaments. So let us draw these things first. Right. Okay. So have a look. What is the shape? For right, the concavity of the notches faces medial side. Right. So this is our greater sciatic notch. This is the ischial spine. This is lesser sciatic notch. This is our ischial tuberosity. Then lateral to tuberosity is slightly above it. In front of lesser sciatic notch, we can draw roughly the greater trochanter. Right. And this is the apex of the greater trochanter. Now, if I use the uh, there is no brown, let me use this color for muscles. Okay, right. So from here, from the greater sciatic notch, the piriformis muscle comes. Oh, I forgot. First of all, let us draw the ligaments. Okay, so this is our sacrospinous ligament, and this is my sacrotuberous ligament. You can draw the sacrospinous in a slightly different color as well. Remember that it is deeper to the sacrotuberous ligament. Then we draw our piriformis muscle, which is coming out of the greater sciatic notch. So this is a piriformis, right? Then we draw the tendon of obturator internus, which comes out of the lesser sciatic notch and goes almost horizontally. Then above and below it, we will draw the superior gemellus and then the inferior gemellus, right? And then finally, even a different grade, this is your quadratus femoris, right? Then we draw our sciatic nerve first. Now, where does sciatic nerve emerge from? It emerges from the greater sciatic foramen and it comes below the piriformis, right? So we will draw it somewhat like this, right? Then we will draw uh, our posterior cutaneous nerve like this, lying medial to it. Okay, then we can draw the superior gluteal nerve, not like this. We will show it emerging from the foramen. So, like this, superior gluteal nerve, and then we can draw superior gluteal artery, right? Similarly, below we can draw the inferior gluteal artery and the inferior gluteal nerve, right? Then if I zoom into this area, or you will simply have to draw these uh, structures, uh, very small. So here what I will draw is the pin structures. So first of all we will draw the pudendal nerve that emerges from greater sciatic foramen, winds over the sacrospinous ligament, then enters the this thing your lesser sciatic foramen. So simply just like this. So this is your pudendal nerve. Then there is your pudendal internal pudendal artery and internal pudendal vein. Right? Let me just draw the boundaries of the vein. Otherwise, not visible here. So this is your internal pudendal vein, and then finally we again have the nerve to obturator internus. Right. So these are your pin structures. Okay, labeling we will do later on. Okay, right. Ideally for nerves you should draw their boundaries like this. So this is your posterior cutaneous nerve, and this is your sciatic nerve, inferior gluteal artery. This is your inferior gluteal nerve, right? Because specifically in this part, now these two horizontal black lines should not be visible. This thing should be solid. I draw it with this thing. So we know that sciatic nerve is passing superficial to uh, our obturator internus and gemelli and everything. Same goes for your posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. Right. Okay, same goes for your inferior gluteal nerve and inferior gluteal artery as well. Right. Okay. And what is left is the nerve to obturator, nerve to quadratus femoris that passes deep to the tricipital tendon. So you need not draw this here. Right. Then what else is left? Superior gluteal nerve and artery we have already drawn. So now if we do the labeling with the right, so this is my, I am just going to write the abbreviations, but you are supposed to write the full form. This is our superior gluteal artery, superior gluteal nerve. This is my piriformis muscle. If I draw its boundaries like this, okay, then now if I draw the boundaries of my superior gemellus, so just see how neat and clean, just drawing the boundaries of a muscle makes the diagram look much neater. Right. So uh, this one is the superior gemellus. This one is obturator internus. Again, do not use these short forms while labeling, while drawing the diagram in your exam. Please write the full words. And this one is your inferior gemellus, right? This thing is your greater trochanter. Okay. Then what else? We know this was which ligament? This is the sacrotuberous ligament, and this one is the sacrospinous ligament. Okay, we know this bony prominence is our ischial tuberosity. What else? We know this muscle. Again, let us draw the boundaries of this muscle. This one is your quadratus. I will write it in full because you guys tend to confuse it with quadriceps femoris. So this muscle is quadratus femoris, not quadriceps femoris. Okay, then what else? Let's finish the outline of sciatic and posterior cutaneous now, right? And finish the filling of this thing. The posterior cutaneous is done. Then sciatic is done. Okay, what else is left now? The pin structures. So either you have to draw a diagram at a size that these structures are quite clear, uh, or you do their labeling very well so that it is clear enough, right? So let me first draw their boundaries, the boundaries of okay, these are not aligning very well now. So I will leave the outlining, I will just do the labeling. So this one is my P of my pin. These two are my I, and this one is my N. And these pin, you do not write this mnemonic in your exam, you just write pudendal nerve, then internal pudendal vessels, and then the nerve to obturator internus, right? Any other labeling is left? Yes, the now this one is the sciatic nerve, so you can simply write here this is sciatic nerve, posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. Again, don't use abbreviations while labeling in the exam. Then there is another nerve which I have not drawn here, but we can. That is which nerve? That is your you can draw it in what way? You can draw it simply like this, right? So it is, you can see that it is coming out by perforating the sacrotuberous ligament, right? And now actually because uh, it emerges from the greater sciatic foramen, actually you should draw it at which level? uh, Somewhere higher up you can draw so you can draw it here like this. Use this color. Perforating cutaneous nerve. It is okay to draw it here as well though, because it goes, the direction it goes in is inferior only, so preferably draw it this way only because it passes deep to the this sacrotuberous ligament in this course pierces it somewhere here and then goes downwards and literally, right? So we can move this one. Okay, it has removed a lot of things. Let's see. Okay, right. So perforating cutaneous nerve, she have taken this, and we have left the labeling of. Now see, now I have very less area left for the labeling of this nerve to quadratus femoris, inferior gluteal, and this. So you have to be mindful while writing the labeling. So actually, I should, this area piriformis, I should label slightly above, so that first I can complete the labeling of this thing, the inferior gluteal nerve, inferior gluteal artery, nerve to quadratus femoris, and now I can label this thing as piriformis here, right? So that's it. Here you can show the hamstring muscles if you want, not necessary to show, but you can draw the hamstring muscles here taking origin from, see, ischial tuberosity. You can divide it into these two parts. From the upper part, semimembranosus will take origin here, semitendinosus and biceps femoris long head will take origin here, right? Semitendinosus and biceps femoris long head, and from here this is the area covered by the fibrofatty tissue on which we actually sit, and this area from here, your adductor magnus, the ischial part or the hamstring part of adductor magnus takes origin, right? So you can simply show the, the these fibers actually go like this, transversely they travel, whereas these will be covered by semitendinosus. You can simply show the hamstring muscles going like this, not necessarily, right? So this is how you draw this diagram of structures under cover of gluteus maximus, right? Thank you.